Well then, oh for fuck's sake. Well, as if this race wasn't going to be bad enough, welcome everyone to FRS, to Cota. Good to see you all. And by you all, I mean me when my YouTube decides to stream. Yeah. Welcome. Oh, for fuck's sake. Well, we're not going to have time to do jack shite today. It was a terrible quali. That's why we're starting down all the way in P10. Believe it or not. Even with track not racing, we haven't made the most of it. Unlike in Vegas, where we were able to capitalise. We led for a bit of the race. Arguably, coulda, woulda, shoulda won it. F1 man got a penalty, which put us onto the podium. Appealed it. I got a penalty, which was fucking stupid. Which put me P5. But in the end of it, here we go for Cota. This is one of my worst tracks on this game, which I absolutely hate. It's ironic, really, how both America races so far this season, have been wet, and it's an absolute pain, to be frankly honest, knowing that everyone's going to be lagging, much like in quali. Alpine goes off, it's almost like he's got the softs on. But we're all just crawling through this sector 1. Normally there's a hell of a lot more speed carried, but not today. And if anything, I am glad for the rain, to be honest, because I can do a move like this. Although I can then instantly lag back, which is fair. I almost hope this rain doesn't end. I'm quite enjoying myself. Gracias, Mr. Engineer. Now you may not know it. You may notice the absence of a certain Biggins. That's right, Biggins is working, the little dickhead. So, it's just me tonight, unfortunately, no wolf either. Yeah. No wolf, no Biggins. Just me, myself and I. But, so far, that is a successful first lap. I apologise for the not many uploads as of late as well. I've got the clips in storage. I've also just been revising for exams though, and when I want to do stuff with Biggins and with Wolf, I just don't really have the time, to be honest. But hopefully this doesn't turn out to be a Vegas type race where we lose podium on the last lap after some cheeky devilism and some little thing called tomfoolery. But I mean, it is really hard tonight to take alternative lines. I mean, just remember back to SFR, back to the realistic TED. These conditions were what won us the champion. I'm so sorry, everyone. I've had a biology exam today, and I'm completely thrown off. My grammar ain't grammaring. This was the track, and this was not the car, but the conditions that won us the championship in the realistic TED. The first ever season of it. It was quite nice to become a two-time world champion, but Elias, wowzers, was that close to the back of Myth. But everyone seems to be struggling. Take different lines, short shift here and there. Just try and gain the traction out of the corners. When you gain the traction, you're cooking. That isn't cooking though. So I'm going to shut up and let me get on with it, so I don't crash, like I have a tendency to. Fuck. This is obviously though the first time we've done a wet Cota race in donkeys. Obviously since that fateful SFR race that crowned us the champion. And a cheeky little RERL calendar update, by the way. Spa's been dropped off the calendar as obviously it's only 3 days before it's only a week, 3 days, however long it is, before the new game comes out. Oh bloody hell, this isn't fair at all. That shouldn't be a warning at all. It's Ryan. Okay, well that shouldn't be a warning, seeing as I just couldn't see anything, which is completely and utterly fair, isn't it? So we should only have the one warning. The one in 1019 I agree with. I was completely 4 wheels over the track on my own accord, but this one's unfair. Hopefully though, Elias and Myth can fight. We can snap a podium in the latter stages of this Grand Prix. I mean, I'm not expecting much. Oh, that was quick. I'm not really anticipating much from this race, but Elias won again. Nearly goes into the back of Myth. He's getting very close, and that can really set us up for a nice little move on the Ferrari sooner or later. If he keeps doing that into turn 11, if we can keep close enough through sector 1, that can set us up for a really cheeky move when he bins it. If and when, I should say. Conditions are absolutely horrible. The tyres feel fine, the track not so much. Multiple attempts at these corners just to get this godforsaken car turned in. And these raindrops really not helping, because raindrops keep falling on my head. Because, you know, I'm fucking Boris Johnson in it. There's a comma in that sentence, by the way. And I shall tell you where, because I don't want to make poor little Boris seem like a nonce. It's after the fucking. However, I'm pretty sure you can decipher what I mean. But this car, absolutely on rails. It has got no grip through these corners. It is terrible. Especially just literally just touching that curb in turn 3 there. It was horrendous. The car nearly looked all the way around, just like it did back in the Tier 2 days. If you remember back, we had a wet race, RRL, Cota, driving in Formula 2. Contact with Verify completely slaughters us out of that sprint race, and we just didn't have a good feature race. A long, long time ago that was. That was 2 games ago, 2 generations ago. F1 Mad then, back up to P7. He's going to have a lot of work to do if he wants to help Williams get that Constructors now. However, with Harry Palmer in, I believe, P9 or P10, Williams should get the Constructors anyway. And I must say, I am absolutely perplexed that Palmer didn't leave when Alfie got the season ban. I must say. But we've been the big gainer so far, in my opinion. But if we can find a groove, find a line, we can be okay. But right now, I'm really struggling to do that, because I'm getting a very, very distant spray from the guys ahead. The tyres feel absolutely cooked, even though they're literally on the minimal temperatures. I mean, yeah, the front wing angle is on like 41. Quality was just not good at all. But look at that, literally drifting our way through turn 2 there, because I can't get any more turn in. If I do get more turn in, then I'm going to spin. Sector 1 though, definitely not our stronger point compared to the guys ahead. I mean, it's tricky, really is. Just like I said, find that groove, but at least F1 Mad is stuck behind the Alpine. Like I said, if we can just take just 1-2 more laps just to find that groove, to find that line that works. If this Leo kid can hold up F1 Mad, that would be grande. Which means large in Spanish, believe it or not. But that would not be like fuck. Fight. Por favor. Don't think they are. Oh no, they are. Go on, Leo. Oh, well, Ryan's pushed them off there. Oh, there's contact at the back. Palmer, by the looks of things in the Alfa Romeo, spun round. His track is not here. So yes, that is indeed Palmer. Spun round in the Alfa Romeo in last position. So Alfa Romeo, if Palmer doesn't get a move on, have lost to the Constructors. With Josh in P2 fighting for that race win. Josh can have a really, really good apologies. Really good run on Trat. He may well overtake him, I believe, but because Trat isn't here, naturally, like I just said, Josh will overtake him. Because Trat, he retired in Vegas, don't forget, which is a miracle. But yeah, but this car isn't the best, to say the least. Doesn't feel the best. Obviously Ryan is struggling more. Palmer spun again. Not complaining. I mean, I am complaining, because I don't want it to safety car when I'm in P5. I want this race to just run its course without the penalties, but thanks, Mark. But I would love this race to just run its course freely without a safety car. That Leo kid is completely dropping back now. I mean, F1 Mad did push him off, so that has probably screwed his tyres massively. But you saw on Wednesday, didn't have the best race in Imola, the track we are usually strong at. But hey, some Mercs had a different idea for us. But we finished with, in the end, almost a puncture on 95% tyre wear, which wasn't the best. And I must say, I'm glad that hopefully won't happen today. But you never know. It's FRS, anything could happen. That's a really unfair screen freeze. That's fucking ridiculous. I came home from my Spanish revision today, and I sat on my bed and I said to myself, Logan, I'm really bored. What do I let Palmer spun again? Hashtag Harry Palmer is washed. I didn't say that, by the way, when I was sat on my bed. So I got really bored, and do you know what I decided to do? I decided to watch a fucking Tesco documentary, because I had nothing better to do. I think Elias in the Ferrari up ahead, he's taken out all of the life out of his tyres. Trying to keep up with me. But, I mean, we've taken a fair bit of life out of ours too. I can't lie. Quite slidey through sector 1 and through 17, 18 and into 19. But, do you know what? The more the F1 Mad fights, the more I shan't complain. Now, I had a little disconnection just before quali. I wasn't in the lobby, but it did hurt. Obviously, they lost 3 minutes of valuable track time in that quali session, which did put us on the back foot to be able to set 2 banker laps, one on the medium, one on the soft as normal. So I did what I did in the practice. I did a medium run, and then a soft run. The medium was actually the best lap, because I had a massive descent going into turn 1, which set me back pretty much a second. And then again into turn 3, which did set me back the full second. I mean, I managed to get all that time back over the course of a lap, especially having a good exit out of here in turn 11. But naturally, it obviously just wasn't enough. And quality tickets course, we start at P10. Leo off again in the background there. And El Fondo, El Alpine is off the track. Off the coche de track, which means off the car track. I believe. Correct me if I'm wrong, I'm absolutely abysmal at Spanish. But track's getting quite dry. I mean, it probably won't be time for softs yet. I highly doubt it. I mean, radar's clear, but I reckon when DRS gets enabled, we're obviously going to have to go medium or hard. I don't really want to go on the hards. Don't really want to go on the mediums either, but we may have to. I don't really want to go soft, because I don't have a soft. Actually, tell you what, I do. But they're telling me to box this up for the soft. So I've never actually gotten a new strategy, which I don't find fun and bemusing.
Condiciones estables por el momento. No se esperan lluvias. Los intermedios parecen los neumáticos más rápidos ahora.
But obviously, as the track clears up, the drier it gets, the quicker and or slower the lap times will become. Obviously, we're in the reds. That's probably because I'm not having a very fun race. Hint, hint. Fuck off. But Nemi is actually gaining a lot more than I first imagined through that sector 1 now. But he just has a terrible straight line speed. Look at that. 3.7, 3.8, 3.7. Oh shit, 3.6. He's better than I thought. Okie doke. And hello to the person that joined the stream on lap 1. I do apologise for not responding to you and saying hello quicker. I was concentrating. I suppose one good thing about rain and about Cota is that in the rain you can really gain your energy back. However, a really big disadvantage, the curbs. And when you go offline, it is absolutely abysmal. It just really hurts. Nobody peels into the pit lane then. Nobody ahead. By the looks of things, nobody behind just yet. But that may be a blessing in disguise, as they would absolutely eviscerate us. Obviously, the saying I use, DRS enabled, you go onto the slicks. DRS disabled, like me, I'm a bit disabled. Joking. DRS disabled, you can go on the Inter. And or there's a safety car. However though, if there is to be a safety car around now, then I do think everyone will box. I mean, the track's getting pretty dry. But I don't think it is time for the slicks yet. Another lap or two will do nicely, I think. I mean, as we all know in Formula 1. Elias is in. The Alpine at the front is in. I don't think it's time. I'm going to go one more lap. Obviously, I want to see what they box on. The Alpine goes hard. Well, I hope he isn't hard, to be honest. Nobody else in. Elias goes on to the hards. I think this one lap could do us nicely. I don't think there'll be enough grip just yet. No, I will do what Josh and Miff do. If they stay out, I'm going to pit. If they pit, I'm going to also pit. So essentially any scenario is pit, to be honest. But we are gaining now, which is a good omen. So the track is drying. Finally.
La vuelta más rápida en este momento es 1 minuto 46,5. De momento no tenemos información sobre lo que nos pides.
Although we saw in Vegas, F1 Mad especially, his pace drastically increased when we swapped from the dries to the slicks. About halfway through that race. But I am going to box. We are going to box this lap. Because it doesn't look like it, but it feels like it. And certainly judging off the time that the Alpine and Elias will gain. Especially confirmed now by this new Stratical. So with Josh and Miff, obviously both peeling into the pits I presume. I think they'll be madmen to stay out one more lap. They do stay out though. I think it's time to pit, and it certainly is. Careful not to go over this white line, it will give you an absolutely drastic penalty if you do. Easy on the brakes. Nemi, F1 Mad, and I think that's Keith into the pit lane. Good turning. I did not put the wings down, but oh well, the wings actually felt quite good. Out onto the track again, then Keith with a 5-sec actually, and he stays out. So he doesn't pit, I apologise. And we actually get ahead of Elias. We're going to come out alongside him, which isn't good. We were momentarily ahead of Elias, but being this just a bit closer does help. He will have the hotter tyres, he will have the warmer tyres, which doesn't help. But into again a net P5 is really good. We're going to have the DRS on Elias. We're going to have just, I believe, that little bit more energy. I mean, I wouldn't know, but hopefully we've got that little bit. Okay, that's unfair completely. We are going to have the DRS, which is good. I think we definitely pit on the best lap. I think Keith is a madman to have stayed out. Certainly with Josh and Miff staying out, I think that was a very silly decision from them. But this DRS really helps. I mean, we know that Nemi's going to be passed by F1 Mad, which isn't good. Elias really deep. Oh my god, F1 Mad and Nemi have cut. And there's a VSC. Now then, was that a crash similar to Alonso? And there's a full course safety car! Oh dear! Was that crash similar to Alonso and similar to Stroll? Maybe so, if they've crashed on the straight, you know. That is not good. I'm not going to box. I'm going to stay out on these hards, because they'll get warmer. And Elias boxes, strangely enough. I think it's silly to box. Especially coming off these hards. But we're going to be in P3, so go on. I'll absolutely have that. Josh on the hards though. I mean, Elias's tyres must have been absolutely sharp. On 2%, I mean, I know they take the time to warm up, but Elias onto the medium. The Alpine behind now onto the medium. But we're now actually in a really good spot. And F1 Maz, he may well fall just right to the back. And by right to the back, I mean to first, second, third, fourth, fifth, sixth, seventh, and eighth, and ninth. Apologies. But I'll tell you who this does help. It does help Harry Palmer, and it does help Maxi. And it also absolutely saves Keith. He was having a very good race, and I must say, this absolutely helps him. It absolutely saves him. Oh, bloody heck. Whoa! That AI's just gone into the back of me. Another man's actually left the session. Funnily enough. We should get back in. Onto this safety car though.
Vale, prepárate para correr de nuevo. El coche de seguridad está en esta vuelta. Cuando los pilotos aceleren, recuerda que no se puede adelantar hasta las banderas verdes. Coche de seguridad en esta vuelta. Coche de seguridad en esta vuelta.
That was an insanely late call. I really did not anticipate that. Oh my god, Alpine terrorism. Fair enough to him for making it stick, but that was a silly move. I don't actually think the mediums will make the end, you know. They have got 13 laps, but they've been on them on a slightly wet track. Yes, we've been on these hards on a slightly wet track, and just one or two more laps of these guys. But I am confident these cars can make the end. Oh wow, Miff and the Alpine, bloody hell that curb. But drying up is not what we needed at all, I must say. Oh my god. As if they've gone side by side through that section and then nearly in turn 19. What are they cracking? Keith being literally fully pushed through that corner. Okay, Elias completely lagged alongside there. So that's completely fair. And a genius thing for this game to do. So we're going to fall all the way right back down the order, which is completely fair and a genius thing for this game. I just don't have the confidence, not in the rain, I can't lie. And the way the energy just dissipates, just like in Mexico. It just goes and goes further. Doesn't help that my dad's cutting the grass, if you can hear. So I do apologise about the background noise. But fair enough to a random 7:30 motivation. Normally it's the 3 AM motivation, but you can't wake up the neighbours, can you? But hey ho. We're going to be swamped unless Elias makes a mistake, preferably around now. Yeah, that was a shambolic exit there. Oh, come on, he cut the corner. He cut the corner. Surely. He's fully out of energy as well. He cuts it as well. He has to give the position back. Look at this though. On the mediums, they've got so much grip through this sector. It's crazy. Obviously the mediums, like I said though, they will drop off. I mean, maybe not for F1 Mad, but bloody hell, that Alpine. Straight into the back of us nearly. George said he needed to win this. George may well win this. But we're going to breeze past Ryan. Cut him off just for good measure. Just as a fuck you for turn 1. You're not getting past me, Ryan, until the front straight. In which case you will pass me, because I'm shit. This car does not want to turn. Oh god, we're 3 wide. That is the thing I don't like when you go 3 wide through this segment. It is not fun at all. I'm telling you, this is F1 Mad's revenge for Vegas. To win the jackpot. That was brave. Right back down the inside. That was nearly misery there. On the back straight. That so nearly ended in tears. I could have gone to the outside, but do you know what? I chose not to. Do you know what? It paid off, because we've got the DRS down to turn 1 now. Not very powerful, but we had the DRS advantage. A slight advantage. Oh my god, he sent it. I'm already turning, man. I'm not going to turn. If I get blamed for that, it's ridiculous, because I'm already turning. He shouldn't send it. He's an idiot. You know, he already went into the back of me. I'm not gonna. I didn't even notice it as well. He just does it so late. That's ridiculous. Put him on that curb, that's good. Oh my god, Josh penalty, that isn't good. Well, for Josh it isn't, for me it is. Even though I'm not going to have anything to do with it, for the Alfa Romeos, I apologise, it is. Seeing as Josh now isn't actually going to be on the podium, unless he can gap Elias by just that 3 seconds. In which case he obviously will be, but, you know. Right now he isn't going to be. Oh, fucking hell. No, I'm not doing that. I'm not doing that. I have learnt my lesson of going side by side through the S's. I still have Nightmare. The fucking Vietnam War sounds are playing in my head and just showing me flashbacks from all the way back from that fateful season 3 race in RRL. That was a race that really did bottle us the title, I can't lie. We had some mega performances earlier in the season, but honestly, the Portugal race, the Cota race, I apologise, in RRL burned our chances alive. Oh my god, you're a terrorist. Yeah, and then he completely, do you know what, fuck it. Yeah, he shouldn't send it on me, I won't send it on him. Fucking idiot. He's done it anyway. That was Palmer actually, so I apologise. But they're idiots, they've lost his DRS to F1 Mad now. Oh, and he spun. Good, calm as a bitch. He should have known better, if I had a wish. He spun right round. Really the only chance we have now of getting in DRS and getting